Whoop, I'm back. That was soon. Did you miss me? Hope you enjoyed my Ratchet & Clank review video. It was quite long. I don't really wish to make such bad and long videos, but here we are. So, my video, the games that I have been playing on the PlayStation 5, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Go check out my review for it. It's a good game, but look at this as standalone DLC. It's not worth 70 bucks. It's not worth 50 bucks. It's not worth 40 bucks. Go check it out when the game's 20 or 30 bucks. You will enjoy the 4 hours it lasts. With that being said though, the next game is sort of a mystery to me. Why did this game get so much? Yes, I know, my Xena shirt is fucking awesome. Xena is awesome. She's my biggest crush I've ever had. My childhood series, basically, Hercules and Xena were the series that I watched. And I actually bought a full DVD set with Xena and I'm at the end of the last season. So I'm a huge fan of Xena, my baby. But, and Lucy Lawless, by the way, she's still fucking sexy. So, you know, even if she's old, she's still fucking sexy as hell. So, with that being said, I have no idea why this game got so much hate, especially after playing Ratchet & Clank. And that is Resident Evil 3, the remake. I played this on PlayStation 5 and I have to say, holy fuck, this game is gorgeous. I was actually way more amazed how incredibly good this game looks compared to Ratchet & Clank and basically any other PS5 game that I have played besides God of War, because that game is another level. But this game is absolutely gorgeous. And I have heard that, you know, it's nothing like Resident Evil 2. It's more like a run and gunner. You play it once and then you're done. And I started playing it and playing it, and you're in the city of Raccoon City, and you go back and forth. I'm like, this is not run and gun. This is not a linear game. There's only one way to go. It's still just like every other Resident Evil game. You have sort of a little open space, and you can go back and forth, and you can, you know, attack enemies, but you can also try and evade them. But you have to understand that Jill Valentine is a officer. She is a trained officer that already has lived and survived a zombie outbreak in the mansion. So she knows what she's doing. She can use firearms. She already has seen the plague. She's not a little innocent girl. She knows how to fight the zombies. So of course she's sort of more used to having firearms and fight and whatever. But out of the picture, put it out of the picture, this game is just like Resident Evil 2. I spent 10 hours with the game. That is more than 2 times longer than Ratchet & Clank, and I paid 10 bucks for this game. I spent about 10 hours playing the game, and after beating the game, I told myself, what's the difference between this game and Resident Evil 2? There is no difference. It's not a run and gunner. Yes, they have cut out some content, but from my knowledge, they also added some content. At least the end part. What's the end part? It's been a long time since I played the original Resident Evil 3, but I can't remember the whole laboratory section of Resident Evil 3. At least being so long than in Resident Evil 3 Remake. I liked the remake a lot. I didn't care about that they sort of changed up the characters. I don't give a flying fuck about that. The game was fantastic in my book. Maybe not as good as Resident Evil 2, but it is definitely not a bad game. It's not a run and gunner. And I also really liked that when you beat the game, you unlock sort of a sort of, not really mini game, you unlock a store where in the game itself you have to do like 400 headshots or, you know, kill 100 zombies with a machine gun or with a shotgun, and then you unlock points and you can spend these points in the store to to get new outfits, to get infinite ammo for weapons, to actually get new weapons. So I like that a lot. With that being said, I've also been playing the Rift Breaker, and if you're into 2D twin stick shooters, robots, tower defense, really complicated systems of doing research, building up your defenses. You have dozens of different materials that you have to mine. You have gas to mine, oil to mine. Well, you don't really mine oil, but pump it out. And, same with gas. And you pump out water, and you have to build sort of a huge laboratory factory and then build a base around it that defends you against literally hordes of enemies, like hordes of enemies, alien world with a huge map to explore, data to explore, lore to explore. Go check out the Rift Breaker. The game is absolutely fantastic. Mountain Blade, this is basically the game I have been playing. I cannot get enough of this. I am finally sort of building my empire. I think I got 3 cities and like 5 or 6 castles. I have been beating the other countries so much that they always offer me peace and then offer me donations, because I just keep beating. Of course I got beaten a couple of times, because when you're doing a siege, there was actually 2 days ago I was doing a siege of a city, and I'm like, I'm gonna take this city, and all of a sudden I was not paying attention, and an army of 1,600 soldiers attacked my 380. Yeah, I got fucked up. Of course I got fucked up. But I have been, playing this game a lot. It's a fantastic game. I would actually love to see like a patch where they can put out even more soldiers on screen. I would love a 1080p version on PS5 that has like 1,500 soldiers on screen. That would be so cool. But you have about 1,000 soldiers on screen. The sieges look amazing. They still have a quirk to it. They still have sort of always the same, but it looks so, especially in the night when they use fire catapults, it looks really cool. Mountain Blade Bannerlord is a fantastic game. I have been playing Destroy All Humans 2. This is the first game I got with the PlayStation 5. And I saw a review of one of my favorite YouTubers, and he was gushing over the game, how good it actually was, and I was playing it, and it's good. It's really, really good. You can definitely see that it's an old game, because from my knowledge, they literally remade the game one-on-one from PS2 era to PlayStation 5 era. So you can clearly see like, hey, this isn't sort of an older game. Games like this evolved over time in a good way or in a bad way, but you can clearly see this is sort of an older game, but it looks good, it plays great, it's a really fun game. So Destroy All Humans 2 is a must play. Now, last one was actually God of War, but okay, second last, but definitely not the least, is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I got this game for 20 bucks on the marketplace. One of the few PSP games I completely beaten, and they have done a remarkable job of remaking this game. The game looks absolutely fantastic. Especially the sections in Midgar City, when you're in the slums and you look up, they have used the same Midgar texture. I'm not entirely sure how not entirely sure how you call that, but basically if you look up, you see a giant Midgar City, and it looks exactly the same as in the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So they have used the same assets. And on the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I was gushing over that, because finally, even though it's low resolution, finally, they could actually show you how massive Midgar City actually is. And they have done an incredible job remaking this game on PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox, whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it's also on Xbox. It looks great, it plays great, but I have a really hard time playing through the game. Now, the question is, why? Well, I have already played the game. And even though it's been a very long time ago since I played Crisis Core, I still somehow remember quite a lot. And I'm just like, I played about for 10 hours, and I'm like, I want to play more, but at the same time, I'm like, I have other stuff to play that I never played. I know this. I know the storyline. I know what's gonna happen. I know how the game plays, but still, for a remake, this is a fantastic game, and this is one of the games that a couple of times I think I said that I hope that this will be remade, remastered, ported to the consoles, and finally they fucking did. Now the last one is God of War Ragnarok. I had the voucher code version. Maybe that's why I don't give a shit about it. There was a time where Sony actually put in physical game in a bundle, but now they have a voucher code. I played the game for about 2 hours. I gushed over the graphics for like a minute. And then I'm like, okay, it looks absolutely fantastic. But so did the 2018 version. It plays great, especially 60 frames. There is a massive difference between playing it on 30 frames and playing it on 60 frames. I will agree to that. And that's something that I've never really fought against. 60 frames is way better than 30 frames. So playing the game on 60 frames, really fluid. It looks good, it plays great, the story is probably gonna be amazing. But after 2 hours, I'm like, yeah, I want to play something else. I was not really into it. Not entirely sure why. I'm not entirely sure because 2018 God of War was really good. It was really good. But somehow I don't have sort of a feeling of, oh, I want to go and play Ragnarok. So I was only testing out God of War because I want to see the graphics. And I'm like, yeah, 1 minute, nice graphics, and that's basically it. So those are the games that I have been playing on PlayStation 5. Leave it in the comments below. What PS5 games are you playing, or Xbox Series X games are you playing, or I don't know. Leave it in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And like always, you're gonna see me next time.